So I'm live on Facebook group here, and I'm also trying to record on a different camera. So don't know what could go wrong here. Nothing at all. So it's just a very quick vlog, just to talk about my experiences with some of the habits that I'm changing just now. So yeah, there's a lot that goes on with that. It's not just as easy as just writing a few things down, committing to changing some habits, and then off you go. As we know, we've got some habits that get ingrained, or for me, I've got a bit lazy about my thinking and about my attitude towards some of these habits. I realised that some things needed changed. So there's just a few small things that I'm working on, just working on 2 or 3 small things. I'm just trying to I'm just trying to improve these and get less lazy about them, because I've just taken my eye off the ball with a few things, and then it's just got a little bit lazy about my choices. And you know what it's like, that just keeps on getting reinforced. So first of all, I want to talk about just the experience of that, what it's like actually changing habits, and what I've noticed as I've been kind of reviewing it all, and as I have over the years when I've been working on things like this, and just a few techniques that I use as well. So the first thing is how frustrating it is. It's really frustrating trying to change some habits. It gets to a point where you're up and down all the time. So there's points where you feel really positive about it, you've got your head down, and when you're actually, you're not thinking about it, or you're just able to not get involved in the temptations of these habits as well, and you can just keep the head down and keep going. It's great. You feel really positive, you're reinforcing everything for you, and you feel really good about it. But then there is times, especially when you're tired, where you'll start thinking about it more, you'll try and justify it to yourself, you'll get really frustrated. One, the fact that you have this habit, and two, the fact that you're not allowing yourself to do it. You're in this kind of constant battle with your mind. That doesn't mean you have to give in to it. And that's the important thing to remember here as well. Just because you get frustrated, things get uncomfortable, and you experience that discomfort, that doesn't mean you stop. That doesn't mean you don't commit to what you're doing and stay on that path. So it's really, really important just to remember that everything passes. So when we get to that point where the frustration kicks in, one, experiencing it, just noticing what is it like, what's this frustration feel like, taking a bit of a curious mind to it. Why do I feel like this? What thoughts come around it? For me, I like to, when I notice a frustration, or I notice I'm really thinking about the thing, especially if there's that chatter to do it, what I always like to do is just stop myself and then backtrack my thoughts. Just go, what led me to thinking about this? It's quite a hard technique at first, but because again we're just in this autopilot, reacting to things, little impulses coming in, and then suddenly we're caught up in this thinking about something, or trying to justify it, or this frustration's in there. You can just take a moment to stop, feel your feet on the floor, and just pause, and then start backtracking your thoughts a bit and go, what's the thing that led me to thinking about this? What's the thing that led me to the frustration? Because these things can be habits as well. These can be habitual thinking patterns that lead you down this route. So it's really, really good just to do that. And often when you do that, it just softens the frustration a little bit. It just makes you kind of realise that this is just a sensation that's coming in. It's just built up because of this little chain of thinking, and it's here, but it's not going to stay forever. And that's a way we can handle the kind of highs and lows as well. And even when you're on the ups and you're on the highs, it's remembering that you've not completely got it sorted. Stay humble and know that you're going to get a bit of the frustration and the temptation coming in later on, no doubt. So that's quite a good thing, just to acknowledge when you're starting to change habits that it's going to be frustrating, and that's not an excuse to stop. That's a good time to be curious and to assess things and reflect. So just use that as your trigger. When you feel frustration, it's not a sign to stop. Frustration is a time to reflect. Why do I feel frustrated? What's led me to this frustration? So that's what I'm kind of going through a lot at the moment as well. So there's a lot of frustration, there's a lot of positivity with it, and most of the time I'm just straightforward, just getting on with it, head down, and just bringing my mind back every time it kind of wanders into that, and that's normally good. Again, I quite like to wake up in the morning, just remind myself of the things I'm working on, why I'm working on them. So just, the power of intention, whatever you want to call it, just remembering your purpose, your motivation, that really, really helps. And then at the end of the day, just reflecting on it, reminding yourself why you're doing it, and everything that's going well, and the fact that you've not done these habits for another day. So you start the day strong, you finish the day strong, and a lot of the times I can just power through and get on with it, and I try to do that, so I'm not over-analysing and overthinking it. But then I do like to drop into a wee bit of reflection every few days about it. What's going on? What little impulses am I having? When do I feel these choices, or my want for these choices kicking in a little bit more? When do I feel at my weakest? So just like to reflect on that, so I can be aware of it when it does come in, or actually when if I'm fully aware of this, then I'll know the signs earlier of when this is about to kick in as well. So that's something for me that I just like to do. Everyone approaches these things slightly differently, but starting with remembering the intention, the purpose, and remembering why you're doing it. So that's just a basic kind of goal setting technique. A bit of reflection at the end of the day, and a lot of times just keeping on and staying just strong-minded, stubborn, disciplined, committed, just throughout the day, getting on with that. That's a really good thing. But this whole noticing the frustration and the backtracking thing is really, really good. What I've had with one of these habits is just, it's a little crutch I lean on when I'm tired and I'm exhausted, and I know the signs of when it comes in. It's normally once the kids have gone down to bed, maybe I'm got a bit of free time, or even if I'm going to do a little bit of work, it's just that need for sugar, and that, or not the need for it, the want for it. And I've let that slip over the last wee while. And I noticed when I stopped myself the other day, and I stopped and I did that backtracking thing, at that time of day where it's at its weakest, I backtracked quite a bit back, and there was a little chain of thoughts that all started with a little tension headache that I get quite a lot when I'm tired, just a little bit in the forehead here, and the heaviness in the eyes. So it actually started with a sensation for me. So that was really, really good to know, because I do notice that sensation quite a lot, even if I'm going throughout my day, if I've been up early or I'm driving around a lot. Sometimes I can feel this sensation, but I'm not connecting it to this chain of thought and to the habit of turning to sugar for it. But I was able to do that and just stop myself and backtrack that. So now I'm just aware of this sensation coming in, and I'm aware of when that comes in, and I try and just do something to soften it, a little bit of meditation, a little bit of tapping or yoga or something, just something to soften that, or even just acknowledge it, and then be on high alert for knowing that my thoughts are going to try and take me to the sugar. So that's one thing to do as well. Notice the sensations that come with it. Notice the thoughts that take you there. Noticing difficult emotions like frustration and a wee bit of anger and stuff like that. And also pay attention to the excuses you're making yourself. The mind will make some brilliant excuses as to why you need this, or why you should have it, and how it's okay. But pay attention to that, because that weakens us, and that's what that little ego mind is there trying to do, just weaken us and talk us into things. But remember, you don't need it. We don't need much in this life. We need breath, we need water, and we need some simple food from time to time. And then there's all the emotional stuff, the attachment, the love, the connection, all of that, great. But as long as we've got our basic needs taken care of, just remember that when your mind's trying to tell you otherwise, and how it's sunny, so you should have an ice cream, or you did work really hard, let's go and reward yourself with those biscuits or whatever it is. So just remember that, just pay attention to the excuses, and sit back and just reflect on them, and just notice again, when you take a step back, what do those excuses sound like? Imagine someone else is saying them to you. How would you feel if they were giving you these excuses, trying to justify their habits and justify their behaviour here? So pay a wee bit of attention to that. So something, again, maybe it's not something you're going to take on. I just wanted to maybe share more my reflection on these things, and what I'm experiencing at the moment as I'm going through these habits. And so we're about 3 weeks in, and it's not all sugar and food based. There's just a few other habits that I'm working on as well, which are just behaviour patterns. So, but generally I find with food kind of things or alcohol and stuff like that, cravings and things like that, after about 3 weeks they can settle down a bit, and that's definitely what I'm noticing. And with the other stuff, I'm just really noticing now and being aware of when the thoughts come in about trying to justify it or make me do them again. So that's what's going on for me. I'll keep you updated. It's quite good to make yourself accountable as well. That's why I thought I'd put it out there. And again, hopefully it's giving you a little idea of how to help change a couple of habits, or just at least acknowledge that the frustration comes, but you don't have to give into it. So we'll see you all soon. Thank you.